Hi, it's Miss Elizabeth from the Sullivan branch, and we're here today to do some kitchen science. Some science projects using items from your kitchen. So, are you guys ready to get started? Okay, put on your aprons, your goggles or your glasses, grab a chef hat if you have one, and let's get started. For our first experiment, we're going to see what happens when we mix oil, water, and some food coloring. So you're going to need a cup, some vegetable oil, a vase or clear vessel with water in it, some food coloring, and a stir, or spoon, straw, something like that. First thing you're going to do is you're going to pour some oil into your cup. And I would say that's almost a cup of oil. Then you're going to use your food coloring, and you're going to do a few dots. Now you're going to take your stir, and you're going to stir this up. See what it looks like? Okay, now we're going to add it to the water. Now we see that most of the food coloring has been released from the oil, and you can see at the top, that's the layer of oil, and that's the water. So the liquid water-based food coloring, once it broke through the oil bubble and connected with the water, it released. And then you have this beautiful marbly looking water. Okay, are you guys ready for the next experiment? Okay, we've done one of our experiments by just using items from our kitchen. We used some oil and some water and some food coloring, and we made a really cool, looks like a rain jar, okay? And that was from the water-based food coloring, encapsulated in the oil, little beads, and when it came in contact with the water, it released and made that beautiful, those tendrils as they were coming down. Our next experiment is called elephant toothpaste. Now, elephants don't really need toothpaste, but the foam that's created when it comes out of the bottle it looks like toothpaste being squirted out of a tube. Now, I am using a lower grade peroxide because if you do this at home, that would be what you would have in your, maybe in your cabinet at home in your bathroom. There is one that is a little higher grade, and you can find that online, but I chose not to use that because you guys probably don't have that stronger peroxide at your house. So, are you ready to get started? All right, here we go. For this next experiment, you're going to need a water bottle, some dish soap, some peroxide, cup, some yeast, and some food coloring. And something else that's very important is rubber gloves, okay? You'll need to put those on and wear those, okay? So the first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to take a cup of lukewarm water and pour your yeast packets into the water. Give it a stir. You want it all to get blended. So now that is going to activate with that water. Okay, next, you're going to take about a 1/4 cup of peroxide. It looks more like a half, but it'll be okay. All right. You're going to pour peroxide in your water bottle. You're going to squirt in, healthy dose. Give it a stir. And then you're going to take your food coloring and you're going to put it just down the side. So it makes kind of like stripes. Now we're going to pour them together. Okay, going to take your yeast. You're going to pour it in. And there you go. Now, just a note. Do not touch this foam because it's hot. But you can see the stripes and it is still coming out. Thanks for joining me today for our Kitchen Science Kids Club. I hope you had a good time. I know I did, and I enjoyed searching for things, and I enjoyed seeing what worked and what didn't work. It was interesting to see how the different chemicals reacted with the yeast and the peroxide. And again, if you try a higher grade peroxide, you're going to get more of a geyser effect out of the bottle. But again, the foam that comes out is warm, so it's not like bubbles, like something you can play with. So I just want parents, guardians to realize that if you do the experiment, which is a lot of fun, just keep in mind, just have them watch, and then it cools down after it's been out on the table, or I used a cookie sheet and put a tablecloth on it. So just keep in mind that when it comes out, after it's had that initial reaction, the bubbles are warm, okay? So anyway, until next time.